Morning, everybody. It is February 1st, and it is 9:30, and we're having our weekly Selectmen's School Committee update for the town. There are a bunch of topics to discuss today. A lot of them have to do with COVID-19. I'm going to let Jim handle all the details on that, and then also the pending storm that's coming. Who knows what it's going to be, but it could be high winds. It could be anywhere from 2 to 10 inches, so please be careful and follow the guidelines. That being said, I'll turn it over to Jim, and you can give him the details.
Good morning. Thank you, Tony. I think the big thing for people to know, we sent out an announcement last week, is that Phase 2 of the vaccine schedule has started today. Residents 75 and over are eligible to sign up for vaccinations. Interested individuals need to go to the state website, www.mass.gov/COVID vaccine map, where they can access an interactive map of vaccination sites. Choose a site that is available to you. Some of the sites are restricted. Click on the link and you can begin the registration process. If you do not see a site near you or you are unable to get an appointment at this point, you need to check back frequently, as sites will be added on an ongoing basis. Just recently, the Big Y in Kingston has been added to the South Shore region, as well as the CVS in Hanover. A regional vaccination site is being set up at the Marshfield Fairgrounds. This will be open to Scituate residents. We anticipate that bookings for that site will be available starting this week. Once we know for sure, we will let people know. Again, you need to go to the state website in order to sign up for the vaccinations. If you would like to volunteer to help at the Marshfield site, you can go to the Marshfield website, marshfield-mass.gov, and there's a box to click on where you can sign up to volunteer. They need people to help with the intake. They need people to help with directions, things like that. So if you're available, you can sign up to volunteer at Marshfield. Scituate is expecting a very small distribution of vaccine within the next 2 weeks, most likely less than 100 doses. As soon as we know definitively when those doses are coming, we will have an announcement to let people know. And then again, you will need to register through the state website. You cannot register through the town. It must be through the state website. If you're unable to access a computer or sign up online for any of these, contact the Scituate Council on Aging at 781-545-8722. The state has also said that they will have a vaccine hotline up and running this week. It was not up as of this morning, but there will also be a hotline for the state that residents can call and sign up for the vaccine if they cannot navigate the website. I think the good news is that a third vaccine developed by Johnson & Johnson is expected to get emergency approval sometime this month, with distribution by the end of the month. The best thing about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, it requires no special handling, and it only requires 1 dose. So people will not have to go back multiple times. So that could be a game changer for us. We are getting the information out as quickly as we can. As soon as we get doses, we'll get them out and get them in people's arms. I know people are frustrated. I know it's hard, but we are really constrained by the amount of vaccine, or lack of vaccine, that we are getting from the state to distribute. So when we get it, we'll let people know, and they'll be able to sign up and come get it. Our cases trended down slightly from week to week. We had 52 new cases last week, down from 57 the previous week. We are still in the red on the state COVID map. Positivity rating over the last 14 days was 5.73, down from 8.23 the previous week. Statewide positivity rating for the past 7 days yesterday was 3.61. So they are moving in the right direction. We are happy with the way those numbers are going. We ask people to continue to be vigilant. The town hall is currently open for appointment only. It is open today as taxes are due today. Sorry to have to announce that, but real estate taxes are due today. So we will be open at least this morning, depending upon the weather, if people need to come in and drop off their taxes. Library is still pick up and drop off only. As if there wasn't enough going on with COVID, we do have a winter storm warning this morning through tomorrow afternoon. Snow totals vary from 2 to 4 inches up to 8 inches, depending upon the model you have for the South Shore. The snow is expected to start between 10 a.m. and noon today, with heavy snow starting around 2 o'clock and lasting into the night, and then changing into rain in the overnight. Winds are from the northeast, which we all know in Scituate is bad. Steady at 25 to 35 miles an hour, with gusts over 50 miles an hour. With snow and rain and wind, we are expecting scattered power outages through tonight and tomorrow, and we are anticipating minor to potentially moderate coastal flooding for the high tides tonight and tomorrow, and that will depend upon the storm, the wind, and what's going on at that particular time. So please take precautions when you're in those high water areas during high tide. Stay off the roads to the extent possible during the day so the DPW crews can do their work. They have pre-treated the roads. They're ready to go. Do not park on the street as that impedes cleanup. And when you're doing your storm cleanup, please do not plow or shovel snow into the streets that we've already cleaned. If we all do our part, stick together, like usual, Scituate will get to another storm and come out on the other side. That's really all I have for today. Stay well, stay safe, and if you can, stay home.
Great. Thanks, Jim. Bill?
Thank you. First, let's start out with a COVID update for the schools. Over the past 14 days, there have been 33 cases in the schools reported to our district, with 10 cases over the course of last week. The total number of cases for the school year to date is 129, and our school community has been notified and informed of all cases. I want to give a sailor shout-out to the staff and students at Wampatuck Elementary School who continue their 11-year tradition of participating in the Lend a Hand campaign, hosting a day of reading. Students in all grade levels read for an hour in their classrooms this year, the older students reading independently, and the children in the Early Childhood Education Center listening to the teachers read to them. The Lend a Hand Foundation raised $141,000 this year, so kudos to them. In other health-related news, in an effort to prevent the spread of COVID, we have been working closely with the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education as well as the Mass Department of Public Health to offer free rapid COVID testing in our schools to those who have symptoms. Being able to test at school will allow us to expedite results and plan next steps more efficiently. The rapid antigen diagnostic test is FDA approved and delivers results in 15 minutes. We have this available now and want to thank all of our nurse leaders and nurses in the building for proactively looking to get this to our schools and continue to be at the forefront in doing so. So thank you. Weather update, just to follow up on what Mr. Boudreau had said. Because of the intensity of the storm today being predicted between 2 and 4, which is our dismissal times, we've moved to an early release. The elementary schools will be following their AHEM cohort model, and all students will be dismissed at 11:25. Cohort B students in the afternoon will not come in physically, but will learn home remotely. At the middle and high schools, all students in Cohort A will be in school until noon today for dismissal. All lunches will be taken home today. Afternoons, clubs, activities, and athletics are canceled due to the weather. We will continue to assess the storm throughout the day to make an announcement on what decision we will make for tomorrow. And finally, just a reminder that this Saturday, February 6th at 9 a.m., the school committee will be holding budget workshop beginning at 9 a.m., and that will be available remotely for all community members. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill. And thanks, Jim. I just want to repeat a couple of really important things that Jim said about the vaccinations. Although Scituate's getting a small amount, you have to go to the state website to register. You can't call town hall. You can't get any sort of position in line unless you go to the town website. So please do that. And then lastly, just the storm. Pay attention to the storm and be careful for the next 24 hours. That being said, everyone have a good week, and we'll talk to you next week.